Hey, this is Royce at Will Taxidermy. Just going to show you quick, if you're in a situation where you need to take the cape all the way off the deer, you can do that. This has just been cape for a shoulder mount, but the head's still in there. One thing, if you don't know what to do there, you can see this would be like the front leg. Make sure you come down the front leg and cut up the back side of the leg where that dark hair meets the white armpit hair, because think about it, you need this in your shoulder mount, and you need at least that much. Right? And then they started peeling it inside out like a sock. And we're going to take it from that point. If you're out in the field and you need to, you can zipper this all the way up the back. I prefer just to do a shorter incision like this. Then I don't have to do all that sewing, and it makes an even mount in the end. What you want to do is you run your knife up to a point above the ears, somewhere up in here, and then I'm going to make a Y to each antler. And if you cut a little bit of hair, that's okay. But I'll make a Y to each antler. And once we get that done, I'll come back and we'll show you the next step. Okay. So now you can see we got a Y, and I've got it right up to the antler, right up to the antler. You can take your knife here, and you can just cut right under the base and work it all the way around, which would work. Or you can take a screwdriver and you kind of pry it around until it comes all the way off, and it'll end up working all the way around. And try and just get this one side for it. You can go from both sides. If the hair starts ripping by the antler burr, or if it doesn't want to come with this method, then you don't want to come with this method, then you're going to have to use your knife. And you can see that I use a scalpel because it's a little sharper and easier than a hunting knife. But once you get that off, then stay close to the skull. You can see where this muscle on top of the ear, that's where the ear goes in. Stay close to the skull and cut right through the ear, tight to the skull. And I'll try and see if I can work this off real quick here. We're trying to make this video short so that you don't got to sit and watch something for a half an hour. And our internet where I live is really bad, so we have a hard time watching videos. So we're trying to keep it short.
It's been over 1 minute.
I got my son Grant on the camera. So if he moves, he's only 8 years old. He's out in the shop quite a bit, and we're on Christmas vacation today, and I got 2 deer to do. Now if you can see that, then we can continue. Once we get that off, we'll continue to pull this cape over the top of the head. You end up having to cut around the lip line and also on the back of the ears. The lip line is one where I think it's best so you can see it. You could do it before you even start pulling it inside out. Stay close to where the gum tissue meets the skull, and I just go through it. At the top of the nose there'll be cartilage, just kind of cut straight back into it. And that way you can see what you're doing here. Same thing with the bottom lip. Stay close to the bone, the teeth. Because in order to mount it, you need that skin. You need some skin there. And you can just pull it all the way. As far back as you can get your knife. You know. But that's going to make it easier for you when it comes time to pull it inside out, so you're not guessing, right? So I typically go about like this, then we end up hitting the back of the skull here again on the nose. And now the nose is basically off, and we'll see that when we pull it off the rest of the way. The next one that you really got to be careful is the back corner of the eye. If you feel that it's right on bone there and it's easy to cut that skin, you can see on this side, I've already taken that all the way off. On this side, you can see that bone right there. And if I cut right there right now, if you can see that right in there, I would cut the back of the eyelid. So you just want to stay right in that bone and keep doing this and see how it keeps on letting skin go. It's a real common spot where people cut through, and it's also a hard spot to repair because there's no hair there. So you have to do epoxy with it. And now once you get the back open, you can see that I didn't cut through the back of the eyelid. You can stick your finger in there and you can see now where to cut. Just stay, don't cut, stay close to the bone and kind of pull as you go. Now that tear duct right there, it's deep, it goes way in there. Keep pulling and stay really tight to the bone. If you cut the bottom of the tear duct, it's not a big deal. I actually will trim that off anyways, but some taxidermists like to not have a cut there at all. I find I get a better job if I do cut it and trim it a little bit, because otherwise that's a lot of skin to tuck. Then you continue to work this forward. And pretty soon I should run into my cut that we did from the outside. So again, I'm trying to work fast here so you don't got to watch a video for too long and just cut and paste here a little bit. And you'll just flip it back and forth. This will be a little tougher when you're in the field doing it. I do think this is a taxidermist job. If you bring a deer, bring it like this if you can, but in a situation if you're out hunting out west, you got to pack an animal out or something and you need to take it all the way off. This is what you're going to have to do. So now the whole top is out and we just got a little bit of tissue there connected. And now it's fully caped off. We didn't put any holes in it. Keep that in a cold spot, preferably freeze it. Not going to take up so much space. Then if you're out in the field, the next step would be getting the antlers off. I use a sawzall, but what you want to do is go in between the eye socket and the antlers and stay behind the eye socket and just go straight down. Go till about you get towards the bottom of the eye socket. Then your second cut, the sawzall doesn't cut very well through meat, so I just take my knife and just make a first cut there. And now this one goes straight like this till it meets your next cut. And then it's just a matter of popping the brain out of there. And you can take your knife and clean up some of the rest of this meat on the sides. And that's all you're bringing back then. So there's no brain material, it's just the clean skull cap. You can look me up on the internet, willowtaxidermy.com. I got a Facebook page, and if you have more questions when you're going out west and you know you're going to have to do this, feel free to email me or give me a call. Thanks.